Hello, my name's Crystal Hutchins. Welcome to 2017. Let the games begin! It's so exciting, isn't it? To me, it kind of reminds me of like 9/11 woke up a lot of people about how America's kind of like this stupid jock stomping around the planet, taking whatever it wants. And before that time, everyone kind of like just accepted that America is great. America, it's so awesome. Land of the free, home of the brave. We're like indoctrined to like support your troops, and like all this stuff is just, really insane, honestly. If you didn't think like George Bush was like a dictatorship, I don't know. To me, just the whole political arena has been very crazy, but I think 9/11 kind of woke people up, at least me, and I feel like a lot of other people. I remember just seeing this website of pictures around the world, and they were all like anti-George Bush, anti-America, and they were just everywhere, just outpourings of people, like hundreds of thousands of people in the streets all over the world in different countries. And that was a huge wake-up call for me. That was like, oh shit, we are a bunch of assholes. Like, our ignorance doesn't excuse it, but basically that's what it was. So I kind of think what we're going through now, this whole Trump thing, it's another wake-up call. Like, did you really think there were that many racist douchebags in America still? I didn't. But now we're aware of it, maybe we can, do something. I don't know. To me, do something is always back to the self. Like, what am I reflecting out into the world that's being presented back to me in a bigger way, that's something I can see so that I can work on me? Because that's the only person you can work on. You, and you. And it's fortunate because that's who you're with 24 hours a day. So you can always work on you. The problem is people are trying to work outside of themselves, and so nothing ever gets solved. Because the work that we're here to do is to evolve, to become better people, eventually, hopefully, ascend. That's another story for another time. But, you got people all over the planet who are fearmongers, who have lots of positive attention. There's like, I don't know. I'm not going to start naming names. I'm just not. Everyone knows Trump is a douchebag, but I'm not going to name a bunch of people who are literally stirring up as much negative energy as possible just to get attention. If I wanted to do that, I totally could. I could totally go the conspiracy route, make people paranoid and shit, and give them all sorts of weird information, make them think all these crazy things are happening. But that doesn't help anyone. Yes, crazy shit is happening. Yes, there is insanity on our planet. Yes, everything is out of balance. But that doesn't help. That doesn't solve anything. People always want to know about chemtrails. Are chemtrails real? Okay, well, it's clear that our planet is being polluted in multiple ways. Airplanes, just regular airplanes, are polluting the planet. Cars are polluting the planet. Are they putting extra stuff out into the atmosphere? Who cares? You're polluting yourself. You're eating garbage every day. You're reading garbage every day. You're watching garbage on TV every day. Like, what difference does it make if they're spraying more stuff into the air if you don't even care about what you're putting in your body? That's the point. The point is you have to do you. And that then will, go out into the universe. You can't see my hands because they're out of frame, but they're going out into the universe. And it's putting positive energy out there. It's putting positive information out there. It's putting beauty out there. It's putting our talents out there. Putting forth what can we do that's positive, not let's focus on everything that sucks, because That doesn't change anything. You have to start with you and what you need to do. That's very simple. Well, it sounds simple. It's very challenging, actually, because you're programmed against doing this. But it's pretty simple to actually start very, very easily to change within. And that first change that you can do is to detoxify your body. And you can do that by eating fresh fruits and vegetables, or juice fasting, or, you know, a lot of people like to make smoothies. And then, you know, you should do that for a while before you try something like water fasting. Water fasting is high-end cleansing. You got to get the stuff that's really thick out of you first, and you don't want to be so uncomfortable that you give up. Most people try to do fast cleanses. They try to do the like maple lemon cayenne thing for 10 days, and it's like, yeah, that'll detox you really fast, but you're also going to be like angry and cranky and hateful, and you might not be able to do anything. Water fasting, you really can't do anything. You're just laying in bed. Juice fasting, you can keep going, but you're still going to be detoxing so fast that all those negative emotions are coming up. So just start slow. Just go vegan. You know, be vegan for a couple years. And then when you've got a handle on that, start eating raw food. And, you know, you can build up to that while you're vegan. You can eat more and more raw foods. What you should be doing, if possible, is living somewhere that food grows year-round. Growing it all organically, have fruit trees, you know, grow herbs and lettuces and whatever you like. And then if you can't do that, if you're stuck where you are for whatever reason, like I am, I share children with other parents, so I can't leave Alaska. So I have a long winter season here. So the next best thing is obviously to buy organic produce and eat as much fresh food as possible. Drink juice, make smoothies. You know, get on the internet. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of healthy recipes. There's groups everywhere that want to help other people become vegan or raw vegan or fruitarian or liquidarian. They're everywhere trying to help other people go through the things that they've gone through, because they know it's challenging, it's hard, but what's on the other side is what you like. You don't have an experience of what it's like to have a clean body, so you don't even know what you're working towards. You just have this like airy-fairy idea of like, oh sure, I'll lose weight, I'll have more energy, whatever, all the things that they tell you. But they don't give you the feeling that you're gonna have, the awakened, positive vibe, you know, more energetic, more creative, more clarity, more inspiration, all of the things that come with having a clean body, the way that we're meant to be living here on the planet with positivity. And then, you know, it has its own challenges. Especially for people like me who are very empathic, you're more sensitive even. It's a good thing, but it carries its own challenges. It's wonderful when you're out in nature and you're away from negative people and people who they're not even aware that they're negative. They're just in the program of paying their mortgage, going to a job that they hate, eating garbage every day, and they can't really hold positive energy. That's really what's wrong with the world. If everyone was detoxified, shit would get cleaned up real quick. People would be like, oh shit, look at this, we gotta take care of this, and people would start doing stuff. So when you're in that state of clean awareness, it's difficult to interact with people who aren't aware of how they're being. And you have to kind of develop kind of a way of like, just forgive them for they know not what they do is something that I use a lot. Or I came up with something that kind of helped me in the early days of being raw and being really sensitive to people. And that was kind of like looking at people like a puppy. It doesn't know it's being bad. I mean, if you think about it, it's just doing what it was trained to do, or what its instincts are, and the instincts that come from having a toxic body are sort of negative and not enjoyable to be around. But when you're out in nature and you connect to the plants and the birds and the animals, you connect to like what's going on in the sky, what the clouds are doing, what the water in the air is doing, and what the lakes and rivers and streams are doing. You connect to all of it, and it's so like, oh, it's so good. And you just wish that there were more people to appreciate it and not shit on it and pollute it and take whatever they can harvest from it and just destroy it. But okay, so it's challenging. It has its challenges, but it has its rewards, because you are able to help other people wake up, and you see the awakenings happen, and you see the lights coming back on in people's eyes. You get to be the inspiration. You get to be creative. You get to make the positive things that go out into the world and change people's lives. And that's invaluable. So, I don't know. This struck me the other day. It's funny because I didn't watch it recently. I watched it a long, long time ago. There was this documentary about these people who are living out untouched by civilization. They're basically like a tribe, a very small tribe of people who've never experienced like the crazy, demonic destruction that is American mentality. But anyway, so they're living out in total congruence with nature. Like, literally everything they use is from nature, and it's all perfect. I mean, I would think it would be the perfect lifestyle if you were in that close of contact with nature, that you took everything, only what you needed, and you're in a small group of people, so you're not like destructive to Mother Nature, and you're just like taking what you need and giving back the rest, and it's all perfect. That they're not destroying the environment at all. They're not using any technology or crazy tools or any craziness. And this plane is flying over, and it's like, I have this imagined voice in my head. It's like, "It's Captain America, and here we go, over this tribe of people. Sir, yes, sir, that's corporate Captain America to you. Sir, yes, sir." It's actually just like some guy on the radio of the plane, and he's saying, we have to fly very high above them so as to not disturb their, we don't want them to see us and think, what is that? We don't want to disturb their natural habitat with technology and stuff. And then, so they're like, we're way up high, and we're using really high definition cameras to just get a glimpse of this undisturbed tiny society of people. And that they fly over, and their cameras captured, and then all these people are just like looking up. And you would think, from what the guy said over the radio, like, we don't want them to see us, they're just undisturbed by technology, blah blah blah. So you think they're just looking up and being like, oh my god, what is that flying machine? But actually they're like saying to each other, these bastards, they're flying over every day, they're spraying us with these chemtrails, what the fuck? But I don't know where that accent was from. I don't know what their accent would be. Actually, I think they're probably telepathic, so if you're that in congruence with nature, you probably don't even have to speak or have a language. You just think to the other person, we need to gather some of this herb today, or whatever they're doing. But yeah, so chemtrails. Eat organic food. Get the vitamins and minerals and herbs that you need. And if you do that, you're going to feel better than everyone else anyway. And you're not going to really be disturbed by chemtrails, because your body is going to take in what it needs and spit out the rest. And that's the truth, my friends. The truth about chemtrails. I'll talk to you another time. Alrighty? Bye.